What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video right here on the channel. I am Mike, and this is the Regular Gaming Guys YouTube channel. Today, we are doing something a little bit different. This is a different kind of video. We're actually doing, it's videos that I want to do more of, where we take games that, everybody that I'm into or, that Brandon's into, etc., and we kind of like dive deep into them. This is actually going to be a Kingdom Hearts 3 spoiler cast. I'm joined today with Miroku or Chris.
Hello.
And my god brother Kevin. He can't see him. His face is
Hello.
like is that a hamster?
Hey.
Is that a hamster on your face?
No, it's a cat.
That's a cat. All right, it looks like a hamster. But like I said, today is we're doing a spoiler cast for Kingdom Hearts 3. We're going to be talking all about Kingdom Hearts 3 for the next hour and some change. Things we liked, things we didn't like, things we wish they would have done differently, things that we were kind of okay with. I have mixed feelings about it. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that has mixed feelings about it. So yeah, I guess we can start off with everybody's initial thoughts of the game. I'll let one of you guys go first, whoever wants to kind of take the lead.
You can go first.
You want me to go first? Or Kev? Yeah, Kev, you go first. You go first.
Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. Okay.
I let the guest talk first.
Okay. I mean, me personally, I really like the game. There were a few things that we'll touch on later that, like, I was like, okay, this is basically just like a, well, I won't lie. It was like that one Frozen world. I was like, it's a world tour. Okay. But, but besides that, like, I did really like it. I think could have been a bit longer, but as far as like in general, like how I liked it, I liked it.
That's good. Okay. Yeah. Chris, what about you?
Well, overall, in the grand scheme of things, I loved it, but I mean, there was still some problems with it. For me, the worlds were just not like they were in other Kingdom Hearts games,
which is really funny. Not to cut you off, but it's really weird because, like, even though the worlds felt way more lived in than other Kingdom Hearts games, they still felt really short and weird.
To me, it just felt like more of a promotional thing for each zone than it really was story. So that's the kind of thing that a little made me mad on that one. And then the second thing was they had promised earlier in an interview that they said that this was supposed to be the longest Kingdom Hearts game out of the series.
Yeah.
And it was way too short. Like, just beating the game by itself probably only took me like 15 hours tops, like, and that's not really good. Like, I mean, to get the 100% was a little bit long, only because I was doing it blind, so I wasn't looking anything up, and the synthesis thing was a pain in the butt. But yeah, other than that, like, it was super quick. I mean, it took me 77 hours to plat it for the very first time without looking at anything.
That's wild.
And I was doing it on proud mode, so yeah. But
yeah,
I mean, overall, I loved it. Like, I thought it was really good. We got a lot of answers, but even more questions.
Even more questions. I feel like we got twice as many questions as we do answers. So I guess I'll, my overall thoughts about it is I'm kind of in the same boat. Overall, I thought it was a good game. When I talk to people about it, I usually give it a 8.5, somewhere around there. Whereas it's not a bad game, but it's definitely not that upper echelon of like 9s or 10s in my opinion. I usually, in my personal grading scale, I usually see anywhere between a 7.5 to about an 8.5 as like that kind of mid B tier kind of game or whatever. But I do agree that there's things that they could have definitely done better. As much as I liked going to the different worlds and seeing how like they were lived in, like we do with every Kingdom Hearts game, I definitely do wish there were one, more worlds, and two, more. I'm trying to think of how to explain it. I wish there was more depth in the actual worlds themselves, because a lot of them felt very surface level. Like you came, like I guess in the first Kingdom Hearts, they were also kind of surface level. You kind of just came in, did the movie story, and that was about it. But I don't know. I just felt like there was more. There was something extra to the world, and I mean, I also have the. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I also have the opinion of I wish that they would have taken out almost all the Disney worlds. I wish this would have been more of a very Kingdom, like the Kingdom Hearts specific original worlds. I wish that we would have had more of those. Like I think we had that conversation on Twitch, Chris, about how I think it's crazy that we didn't go to Hollow Bastion. We didn't see anything of Traverse Town. Which I guess no Traverse Town is characters. Yeah, no Final Fantasy characters at all in the game. So there were, those little nitpicky things.
But to me, I think that's just the direction that they want to take it. Like that's the whole point. Like they're trying to get away from Disney, from Final Fantasy, and try to make it its own thing. So,
which I'm okay with, but I mean, like, I don't know.
In the secret ending. Oof.
Yeah, that's secret. Well, yeah, that. Go ahead.
Well, the problem with it is a lot of people enjoy Kingdom Hearts because the fact that it has Disney characters or Final Fantasy characters, and now that they're taking it out, it's kind of questionable because you don't know if people moving forward are actually going to like it. So
you definitely still have. Yeah, I'm still playing them. I'm playing every single one that comes out. So
me too. So.
Well, and I mean,
but we are a little bit different from the the common populace that play the game.
Well, oh yeah, most definitely, and that's I think one thing that's to this game's detriment is that it did do a lot of hand holding, as far as like story goes, and as far as explaining to you where things are. I mean, I've played most of them. I think the only ones I haven't played were Recoded. I haven't played 368 over 2. I didn't play that one all the way. 358, 368, same thing. It's almost a year or a year. It's over 2. Okay.
Well, the funny thing is, if you get the PS4 one, you don't even play the game anymore. It's just cutscenes. That's it.
You watch it. Yeah.
It's like a movie. Yeah, they did that with that one and then Recoded. So.
Yeah, I might need to go back on. I own both those too, so I can go back and look at that.
Yeah, so it's nice because it kind of gives you the storyline of it, and you don't really have to play it. Because I'm not gonna lie, 358 over 2 was just monotonous and kind of silly. So,
especially when it counted down the days.
Yeah, but Shion, but Shion.
I mean, it was still better. It's still better than Chain of Memories, so I'm fine.
Whoa! Hold on. The only downside to Chain of Memories is that Chain of Memories had that card system. All right, that's the only downside. And then once I didn't like it on the Game Boy, but once it got over to because the first time I played obviously was on Game Boy, and then I played the remake that they did on PS2. Well, I felt like it played a lot better on an actual console than it did on the portable console.
Well, yeah, even the PS4 one, it plays a lot better. But I mean, just that system, I question. I'm like, what were you trying to do with that system?
It was super convoluted. It was super convoluted because even having played like. I don't remember what I clocked in at or whatever, but even having played a good majority of it, well, it's still not I still don't fully understand what cards really do what.
I think how it works. I think Moral said it as an offhand joke, and then it took it seriously. He's like, "Oh crud, yeah, cards."
Sounds like a great idea.
But I guess we can kind of where do we want to start?
Oh man,
should have notes for this. What are you doing?
I should have had notes. I should have, but I don't have notes.
I have a suggestion.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Okay, do you guys want to tackle I guess one of the biggest controversial things about the game?
Being
Kairi.
No, we don't care about Kairi. Let's get.
Look, man, you try your best. Okay.
Can we talk about? Yeah, we could. Yeah. Let's go ahead and start there.
For me, I think the only thing that I was kind of disappointed about the whole thing is I have been wanting a Kingdom Hearts like BBS forever, where you get to play multiple people and do that kind of thing, and that would have been cool, like being able to play like Axel or being able to play Kairi or something like that. That would have been sweet. Like even in the part where you saw the training that they had to do, like maybe even have like a little thing where there was you got to play out their training. But the problem, and I'm sure we can touch on this later, but I feel like the whole entire game wasn't actually completed. It feels like the game was set up to have a ton of DLCs or a ton of more content. It was just thrown out there so we could actually get at least a taste of what it is, and then we'll get to play more things later.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. It definitely, even though I think my biggest problem with the game is that it played as far like the way it feels too much like classic Kingdom Hearts, if that makes sense. The way it, with the like actual gameplay wise, anyway. So like Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just having played newer games and having been in development for so long, I was expecting, I guess, more. Because I think the biggest problem with this game is that it feels like something that should have come out 2007, 2008. This is definitely not a modern PS4, Xbox One, a modern era game. It's not. It just doesn't. It does not play like it looks like it, and it's gorgeous, but it does not play like that. It doesn't play like anything more modern. I wish I could give a better example of why I feel like that, but like it's definitely just one of those things. Like if you're playing it, you feel it. If that makes sense.
We got to get back to Kyrie though. Go.
We can get back to Kyrie. Kevin, what are your thoughts about Kyrie?
Okay, 1 second.
Uh-oh.
I got some thoughts.
Here we go.
Okay, so
my thoughts on Kyrie.
Let's check it out. When they open the game, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Sora, you gotta like get your power awakened, fam." He's like, "Oh, you're like I lost it," and everything like that. And so he starts, and then Kyrie's like has this whole like, "Oh, we gotta train too." First off, I thought we were gonna be able to play as them too, because like even in the Keyblade Graveyard, they have full movesets.
Yeah, everybody does.
And everything.
Yep.
Which is like, I'm like, damn it, but that was
which
so
is
cool.
why I think DLCs.
Oh yeah, I am like 100% certain I'm gonna get like a final mix.
Well, we won't get a final mix. He already said that final mix is not happening, but DLCs are. So I kind of just see it into the point where they're almost going to do like Final Fantasy 15 type DLC, where they're going to do it where like they'll have like, different episodes for different characters. Yeah,
that would make sense. Okay, well, so for Kyrie, I
mean, not to mention how much Final Fantasy 15 vibe that whole entire game had anyway, but we can talk about that later.
I mean, like, one of the songs of the soundtrack is literally called Somnus, but anyway. I see you, Nomura. Anyway.
I get what you're doing.
Yeah, right. So Kyrie, she went through the training, all that kind of stuff, got her outfit, bang, bang, all that kind of stuff. So
cut her hair.
Fast forward to when it's the whole Keyblade Graveyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say, Kyrie put in the work. Like, she was, like, fighting stuff, and she was doing the thing. She kept Sora, like, after he got, like, shattered.
Yeah. Yeah, it turned into crystal and shattered, yeah.
Yeah. And then you fight alongside her, and I was like, oh, man, Kyrie put it in. She's finally doing the thing. And then who shows up? Xemnas, like, hey, what's up, Kyrie? I'm like one of the final bosses. Give me that arm. Like,
oh, you've been a Keyblade wielder for how long? Oh, that's cute.
Right? Like, what, today? I got you, fam. I felt like that's so unfair because she put in work against Shion. She was fighting pretty well, and then you throw Xemnas at her. She doesn't even know what to do. Like he literally locks her arm behind her head with the Keyblade.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's come on.
Yeah. I think they had that issue with a lot of the characters. Like I don't understand.
Axel got his ass kicked, like his ass handed to him.
Yeah. So. And where was everybody at when Sora was fighting Zora and Riku were fighting Xehanort on the rock before, like when Kyrie is captured and about to get executed? Where is everybody?
Well, they kind of hint at it, but I think that's going to be a story for a DLC, honestly. But they kind of just hint at it like they were trying to figure out what they could do against Xehanort, and then the whole thing with, they found out, this and that with the Keyblade, I don't know. They call it the Keyblade. Honestly, they need to call it the Chi-Blade or the X-Blade.
Or the X-Blade, yeah.
Yeah. But whatever. But like when they all came through, they kind of hinted at what they were doing, but they never really explained it. Why I said it was more. We got some answers, but even more questions.
Even more questions.
Also, can we talk about how terrible they are at consoling Sora? Like after he gets like,
Harry
gets destroyed.
They just let it go.
Just let it go. Rox is just like, oh man, you're sad about that? Like,
dang, bro, that sucks. Let's move along.
Oh, like, dang.
We've got bigger fish to fry. Well, Rox has been locked up for so long, so you know.
You went through all this stuff, saw everybody like get captured and died. You had to rescue everybody's hearts, but no, we're ready to move on now. Let's go.
It was like it just happened. That made me laugh a little bit because they were just like, "Oh, it's fine, man. She's fine." I'm like, "She's dead, guys."
Well, I guess we can switch over and talk about worlds if y'all want to talk about worlds. Okay. We can. What's everybody's favorite world? Or better yet, let's start with everybody's favorite world, then we'll go to Lee's favorite world and see what the consensus is.
Okay. Who'll start?
Yeah, I'll start. Shit. I guess. Well, actually, no. It's not really a shit. My favorite world is probably the Colosseum, and I say that because the Colosseum. Yeah, because it was a world that I was expecting us to go to. But I wasn't expecting, Hercules is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. And I've just never, as like a Disney fan, a fan of the movie, I've never thought of how Olympus actually is laid out. Like the actual Mount Olympus, like when you go inside of the gates and everything, and the way everything is laid out. So I really liked being able to see that kind of somebody take that idea and really play with that idea and how mapped out it was. I mean, granted, it probably wasn't the best map, but I liked the way it was laid out and the way it was unfolded. I liked climbing up Mount Olympus. I surprisingly didn't like the Rock Titan fight as much as I was expecting to like the Rock fight, or you know what I'm saying, the Rock Titan fight. But yeah, I'd have to say Olympus is probably the what?
Did you do the flan in the in that zone? I don't know if you did the extra stuff.
No, I think I saw the flan, but I ran away, or I killed it. No, it ran away from me, something like that. I think something like that happened.
You don't kill it. You search it, and it's like a mini game, and like each one, like one in each world has like a mini game.
Yeah,
that one is like a slide, and you have to like slide down and do all this various stuff. But if you hit the wall twice, it ends it. So and it's like the controls of it are garbage. It's so terrible. So yeah, no.
I think the only flan that I did was Toy Story. Yeah, Toy Stories, I think.
The Toy Story one was that one to me was like the easiest because you have capped out score for it, because if you get too many flans and you like circle the middle, you can only hit
because that was the height before you can before
it knocks everything else down
pretty much. But yeah, I'd have to say we all know my least favorite. I fucking hate Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
with a passion. I hate that world. Everything about it.
It's one of the easiest zones on level 1, though.
God, was it really?
Yeah, that and Toy Story were the easiest 2 zones on level 1.
Really? Yeah, it must have been just like that. I'm terrible at the air control. Well, not must be. I am terrible with the air controls. So we all saw how that went.
Yeah, I watched that whole entire fight the whole entire time.
Yeah, no, it was a fight that should have been 40 or 30 minutes turned into an hour and a half.
Oh dang.
So, yeah, no, it was not fun. So it is probably it is my least favorite world.
Yeah.
Kris, you want to go next?
Sure. Favorite is kind of tied. One, I'm biased. I really love Frozen. A little mini crush on Elsa, so I mean, whatever. But and then the one that's tied was Big Hero 6. Now I I went into Big Hero 6 without watching the movie, and then I remember being in your stream, and you're like, dude, you gotta watch it. And then I watched it that day, and I was like, wow, the movie made it even better.
Yeah, it makes it a lot better.
I was like, wow, this was really, really awesome. So they're pretty much tied. I would think that Big Hero 6 kind of takes it really just because, like I said, Frozen I'm a little biased on just because also, yeah, you know, hey, whatever. Plus, I'm a big, you know, ice and snow fan, so I kind of like that. The world was just beautiful.
Yeah.
But Big Hero 6, I just loved it. It was really, really fun. All the encounters were fun, but if you actually see my first playthrough, you would know that place drove me insane because for some reason the little GPS like counter thing, I had no idea where it was. And like that was at a time when I was like talking to like 14 or 15 people in my chat.
Oh gosh, like, that's not fun.
I completely missed what I was supposed to do. So after I fought like the very first encounter in that place, it was like go to the counter. And I'm like, what counter are you talking about? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I find out it's like on top of a fucking building.
Yeah, you got to climb the skyscraper or whatever.
I'm like, okay, well, now that was the hardest. The initial boss of the game, the counter boss is what I like to like coin it as.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, like it was really cool. I liked the little mini game that they had in it as well. The little course.
That was that was the one that had the rings or whatever, right?
Yeah, and the goal for that one, the goal for that one is to actually complete it as fast as you can, even skipping some rings to complete it. Yeah, that's the easiest way to get A's in that one. Because I struggled with it at first because I was like, oh, I need to get all the rings because rings give you more score, right? No, the time bonus was actually the most score that you could actually get. So yeah, overall that was really fun. And I mean the last boss was really cool, getting to fly around on.
The last boss, yeah. The Quarter 13 is probably my favorite boss fight.
But I would say the least favorite is definitely Pirates as well. If anybody that knows me in any kind of RPG or any MMO knows, I absolutely effing hate water combat. I hate it.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Like altogether.
Oh my god! Not to mention what's his name? Davy Jones's fight. Oh my.
Oh yeah. Jesus, that one was I actually just destroyed that one because at that time like I had a really, really good Keyblade and I had it already maxed because by the time I got to that I had completed almost every single treasure chest in Pirates, and when you did that you got a ton of Adamantite and the Electrum and all that stuff, so you could almost like max out 2 Keyblades just doing that.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it was pretty easy for me. But the thing is, once I actually found out like the trick with the water combat in that one, it was super easy because basically what you could do is you could sit far back, then spam like the first attack and then stop because the first attack would just shoot like the bubbles or the bullets, so you could just constantly do that. And I used that on the last boss as well. So I would shoot the bubbles, then dodge, shoot the bubbles, dodge, shoot the bubbles, and I would just keep on doing that, and it was pretty easy.
I will say I did like reading like for bosses and everything. I did like I feel like their patterns were more noticeable in this one than they were in previous games.
It was very easy on level 1. There was only 2 bosses that were hard on level 1.
Really?
I'll talk about that later. Yeah. But yeah, that was my least favorite, just because I hate water combat, and the zone was so big, and it had the most treasure chests in the whole entire out of all of them, so it was ridiculous. And leveling up the ship too was a pain
in the ass,
because if you didn't like save, like you could level up your ship like 3 or 4, and if you didn't save and then you got into a ship battle and you lost because it was like some ridiculous boss. Like there was one that was like absolutely ridiculous. Like all 7 ships were like boss ships, and like I just got obliterated. Like you couldn't even do anything. And so I lost, and then I went back to it, and I was like, wow, I just missed out on like 15 treasure chests and like 4 levels. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that level can burn
in hell. Can burn in hell.
Yeah.
With Atlantis from the first game.
Right.
And
all right, so we got so we got one more person for.
Okay.
Well, I did like Kingdom Hearts Black Flag. It wasn't my favorite though. My favorite is actually kind of a combo deal because they're kind of together. My favorite actually was the Keyblade Graveyard and Scarlet Asylum because Lord knows that place was going to be a lot bigger than it was.
Yeah.
Like, you could just feel it. And I'm like, I wish I could explore.
Yeah, I do wish they would have given us more to do in both the Graveyard and in Scarlet. I think more so Scarlet than the Graveyard because Scarlet we only go there for the boss fight. I would like to know more behind them.
I think we'll be seeing it a lot more. Yeah. Because that city was, if no one actually knew, that city is the one that's actually in back cover. So,
ooh.
Yeah, the one that you
yeah.
Or isn't that also the one in Union?
Yeah.
It's the same.
Well,
same
I thought that because during the final boss fight, when you go into the water part, which by the way, he destroyed me in that part because I just couldn't. But I think you can see Daybreak Town was like submerged under it.
I don't know if that's 100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But
yeah, but that's what I'm pretty sure I saw that when I was getting destroyed, but I have to go double check.
You'll get destroyed again. Just get destroyed one more time.
Right. Like, hold on 1 second. But I actually did get like screenshot of like him and his like armor about to destroy me with like the camera. But
take a selfie of it real quick.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, this is me dying, guys.
Yeah, no, like with Scala, like
I didn't know
it was gonna go straight into the final boss fight. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so cool to explore. You take 2 steps and it's like all the
here's the start.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I ran into that problem my first playthrough. I mean, I didn't have a problem with it, but I was like, oh man, I want to explore, and I started, and I actually ran through the whole entire town while they chased me just so I could see if there was extra things that were there, and there wasn't. I was very disappointed. Yeah, I had to do a lot of dodging.
A whole lot of dodging.
Yeah, I explored.
I wish they had separate health too.
What's that?
Say again.
Sorry, cut out. I said I wish that they had separate health too.
Yeah, they were more like a council fight kind of deal.
I was kind of happy with them all having one universal health bar.
Of course you were.
I was a little happy with that. I'm just gonna say, I'll be the one to say that.
Did hurt. Yeah.
At that point, I had a maxed out Wheel of Fate, and I was just wrecking them in the face. Like, when people came and, like, looked at that, they were like, how are you doing so much damage? I was like, because I collected a ton of treasure chests and have a maxed out Keyblade.
It's maxed out everything.
So,
you definitely played it more like an RPG than I did. I played it like I played the other Kingdom Hearts games, which is just, let me just plow through as hard as I possibly can.
Well, people were yelling at me about it too, because I mean, I played it on like launch, and people are like, "We want to see the story," and I'm like, "No, I'm playing it how I play it."
That's nice. Oh yeah, I want to play the game.
But I mean, to be fair, like when I do that kind of stuff, my nemesis in every Kingdom Hearts game is the gummy ship.
Oh my god!
Because
we'll get to that.
So we're not just a quick thing. When I get to it, I don't want to stop. So
you have the exact opposite feelings that I have.
Yeah, see, when I got the gummy ship, before I even got to the next zone, my gummy ship was already like level 60.
Yeah, no, not me.
Yeah, I was like, I can't. It's like I just keep on wanting to do things. Like it's like
I need more gummies.
It's like sensory overload. It's like, oh my god, look at this! I can do this! I can do this! I can do this! I can do this! I'm just like,
that's fair. Dang.
Yeah. So that's. I mean, if we're gonna talk about it later, then I'll just stop. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll hit gummies. We'll hit gummies after Keyblades. What was your Kev? What was your least favorite world?
My least favorite. God, I got me thinking. Hold on a second. I got to hit the roll best.
He's gonna say Keyblade Graveyard was my least favorite. It's my favorite and my least favorite.
It's a bittersweet.
That's what it was.
I died too many times. Least favorite.
Okay, Also, I like. Okay, real fast. Also, like Keyblade Graveyard was my favorite because basically it was just a boss gauntlet mode.
Yes. Yeah.
That was fun, but
yeah.
My least favorite because it happens just for like 5 seconds. And you're like, why was that even a thing? 100 Acre Wood.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes.
I know so many people that skip that place, dude.
I actually, believe it or not, it's actually up there on my top favorites just because traditionally 100 Acre Wood is there for too long. It is there for too long, and there's too much for you to do, and it takes away too much. It throws off your rhythm in the actual the game itself, in my opinion. But in this one,
game when you're done.
Okay, in this one, I liked how it was kind of like one of those get in, get out. You get in, you go through, you do all the different mini games, and then you get out. It's not.
You get in, you play Candy Crush, and you leave. That's what
pretty much. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But you don't. But it's not one of those things where you come in, you leave, you find 2 more torn pages, you come back, you do 2 more things, then you got to go find 6 more torn pages. You know, it just wasn't it. If I liked the fact that I liked how quick and it was like a piece of candy. It was like a really nice piece of candy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the mini games. Now this is kind of funny because at this point I had probably already been playing for like 16, 17 hours or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And so I did the mini games, but I didn't read it 100%. Okay. So, and people that don't read these instructions probably struggled with it as much as I did.
Yep.
Because if you didn't know that you could hold the freaking button to make it so it can go up to like 7 and do that, then you're going to struggle. Okay, so which one was it? It was the vegetable one or the fruit one where it has like it keeps on going down.
It keeps coming down. I think it was the fruit one.
Yeah, so, and then it falls into the river. I failed that thing like 7 million times because I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? I don't get this. And then I finally read it, and I was like, oh, if you hold the button, it actually goes up to 7. I'm like,
here you go, Sora.
What the effort, dude? Like, what the hell? Oh, it was a new moment for sure, man. It was definitely...
See, I discovered that on accident because I didn't read either, and I was kind of frustrated because I kept losing that part too. Then I held it for too long, and it went for more squares, and I was like, oh.
Holy shit.
Yeah, basically.
The funny part is I found it out on my level 1 playthrough. I didn't even find it on my first playthrough.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
So the level 1 playthrough, because I kept on losing to the stupid fruit one, now I was like, there has to be something I'm missing. There's no way it can be this hard. Like, consider myself a really good gamer, and I'm not dying to this Candy Crush fruit. Okay, this is stupid. And then I read it and I was like, wow, this is so much easier. Like, I just blew through it and it was like 2 seconds and I was done. So I was like, this is what you get for not reading.
Yeah, it's fundamental, man. I was learning that as I was playing that game myself, you know?
Nomura knew, man. He knew.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we can flip over then. Since everybody talked about their favorite and least favorite. Well, was it your least favorite, Kev? You said 100 Acre Wood?
Yeah, it was my least favorite. Only because it was just like, it happened and I was like, huh. All right. And I was like,
neat.
Flew away.
It comes and then it goes.
Yup, really fast. It's like, oh no, Sora, your picture's gone. Oh, okay, I'll fix that.
Just
you do Candy Crush 3 times. We're done. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Even the lucky emblems and everything were like super easy to get to. Like it was a really fast zone. So unless you were a noob like me and didn't understand how to actually play the mini games, as a person that doesn't play Candy Crush, I have no idea. I don't play those games. So.
Like I said, I think that does have a lot to do with the fact that previously I don't know what the community had said about the previous 100 Acre Woods, but I would like to imagine that that's probably why 100 Acre Wood was so short, is because everybody complained about how long, how long they were in the previous ones. Because I know it's probably some of my least favorite stuff in the previous games. If there was more to do in them, maybe I'd like them a little bit more. But mini game.
I don't know, give me like a heartless bear boss, man. That'd be great.
Something like that, you know. But let Pooh Bear's heart get taken.
Oh, whoa, hold on now.
We gotta awaken Pooh Bear's heart.
Yeah, we're gonna get Pooh-norded.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't you know, guys? Pooh's already half Xehanort.
Because everybody is at this point.
Right.
Let's go ahead and flip to Keyblades. What's everybody's favorite Keyblade?
Who wants to start?
Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, oh, it's gonna sound so stupid. My favorite is kind of tied. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, I have two favorites. My favorite is the Wheel of Fate, because my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing was
OP. Thing just wrecked space.
Yeah, it was.
Bah, 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 bah.
Seriously, it's like, is that a staff? Like, it's just...
Yeah, it had like the best range. It was like a Dragoon Lance, and then it turned into a freaking banner, and it just did so much damage. It was so good.
Because flags hurt, man. Flags hurt.
Yeah.
They do. It was that one, and my second favorite was the right tied with it was the Frozen Keyblade, because I love the Ice Claws. Those were great.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool Keyblade. I initially was only going to play the game kind of like we used to play as kids, Kev. I was gonna go through and try to do just I still might do just the Kingdom Key, just because, you know, with this being the final game, I wanted it to feel like we're only running with like OG stuff around here. That was until I started seeing the different transformations for everything. And initially I had somebody tell me like, yo man, you gotta see this Frozen Keyblade. And then Chris, you said you were in the chat talking about the Wheel of Fate, and I was like, all right, well, let's see what this is. And then, oh my god, yeah, but both those Keyblades are pretty sweet. I'll guess my caveat is I haven't used all of the Keyblades, but of the ones that I've used, I think my favorite is probably the one you get from Big Hero 6. I just like the design, and I like the that one's also a gauntlet one, I believe, if I remember correctly. Actually, that and mine's also tie then. That and the Mirage Staff.
Yeah,
the Mirage Staff is fucking sweet.
You're talking about the Nano Blade for Big Hero 6.
Yeah, the Nano Blade, and then the Mirage Staff from
Ever After.
Yeah, Ever After. Yeah, both those are probably my two favorite transformations.
Ever After is broken, especially.
Oh, Ever After is super broken, bro.
And level 1 is completely broken because you use the freaking the Mirage clones to kill everything.
That's That's how you do it. That's how you do it anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, in level 1 it's even. Yeah, well, it's 4.
Oh yeah, separate into 4 and use firing squad somebody.
Yeah,
it's broken in level 1. It's completely broken in level 1. So.
Yeah, use the shadow clones.
Yeah. Get all those shadow clones.
Yeah, all those shadow clones, and use your shadow clones, you know, to be who you gotta be. Yeah. What were your favorites?
For me, well, let's see. When I first started the game, I was like, I'm only going to use the PS4 blade because I pre-ordered it on PS4. Yeah. So the blade that you get for PS4 actually had on one side it had like the square and the X, and the other side it had the O and the triangle, which I thought was kind of cool.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, man, this is pretty sweet. So I want to use this, and then I ran into I think it was which one was it? It was the one that had the drill arms and I can't remember which one it was.
Monsters Inc.
No, it was before Monsters Inc.
Monsters Inc.
You mean Toy Story?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think it was the Toy Story one. So I used that, and I was like, I don't know about these transformations, whatever. I used the Toy Story one in Monsters Inc. and completely obliterated that last boss, which I think was the first boss that a lot of people started to struggle on. Mm-hmm. I think that was the first boss that I saw everybody else actually die to for the first time. It was that blob boss that split up.
Tentacles.
He
muck boss.
Yeah. I used the Toy Story one, and I was just literally just like teleporting almost with the drill arms, and just I obliterated him. Like I completely crushed him.
Wow.
And nice. Yeah, it was just like, okay, well, this is super fun. And then because the whole entire time I just really wanted to play strength Keyblades, because magic wasn't really that great in this game. Like
not,
it really
not for real.
Until you do level 1. But yeah. But so I did that one, and I was like, oh, all right. And then Frozen came, and I'm like, well, I got to play the Frozen. I got to use the Frozen Keyblade, and that thing was just super, super fun. And then I got into the point of just like using every Keyblade just to see the transformations, because I was like, well, if these transformations are cool, I got to play all the other ones.
See what the other ones are. Yeah.
So then I played Ever After, and I was like, yeah, I'm not playing anything else except for Ever After. That's it. Like, I'm done. Like, it was so OP. Like, you know,
Ever After is a great Keyblade, man.
I didn't even use the Mirages as much as I could have. Like, it was just the pure power of doing, like, the fucking laser beams running around, like, twirling around and doing that. You're just, it was AoE heaven. Like, awesome.
Yeah.
And then came the Wheel of Fate. And when I tested that one out, and then I saw that it turned into like a Dragoon Lance, and then it was the banner with like ridiculous range, and it was a strength Keyblade, I was like, yep, I'm sold. I'm just gonna max this guy out right now. I'm done. So my favorite, my favorite two are definitely Wheel of Fate and Ever After, until you get the Ultimate Keyblade.
Yeah, and then you don't go back. Yeah.
Like you play the Ultimate Keyblade, the shot lock is 2, and it clears the whole entire board. Like everything. It clears everything. And it's the actual ultimate form turns you into like a badass, like original OG clothes, and then you just destroy everything. Like, you teleport everywhere. It's got like the Final Fantasy 15 Armature kind of deal with it as well. It was just it was so ridiculous, dude. Like,
I've seen Nomura.
it was overpowered. But I mean, prior to that, like realistic Keyblades, I would definitely say Wheel of Fate and Ever After were the best two.
Do you guys like the transformations more than dry forms?
I do. I liked them. I like the transformations a lot.
Yeah, they were pretty good. I mean, the dry forms, honestly, the only dry form I really used, the two of them, was Valor and Final. That's pretty much it. So, well, I thought the transformations kind of added more flair.
Yeah.
I think he was talking about transformations are the ones in other Kingdom Hearts versus this one.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I was talking about transformations from Keyblade transformations in this game versus dry forms from 2.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like,
okay. But I don't know.
I just felt like you could do a lot more with the transformations. It was really, really fun utilizing them for iframes, a lot for bosses and stuff like that as well. Because, see, that's what I used the attractions for, Donald and Goofy not actually being freaking useless.
They were actually very useful in this game. Very useful.
Yeah, so like using a lot of that stuff for iframes, I think that's why I really didn't have a problem with bosses like at all. Yeah. Because I just utilize every single thing for as soon as like the first little bit I would just map out what they're actually doing for moves, and then I would just go to town. Like I was super aggressive, and I utilized the iframes to not have to heal, and just did that. No. Yep. So I like the transformations way more. Like I thought that was awesome. I do kind of think that like for attractions, I don't know if are we gonna be talking about something like that later?
Yeah, we can talk about attractions. Yeah, I was planning on doing mini games and then attractions.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll save it for them.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I missed dry forms. I just really I guess getting a taste of like Anti-Sora was like which his counter, when you finally understand how to use his counter, is beautiful. It's a glorious thing. It's a wonderful thing. Because I had to use it way too many times fighting Xehanort at the end. So I eventually learned how to master the Ultra Instinct Sora, as I like to call him. But yeah, no, I guess getting having Anti-Sore, and the game kind of, you know, brought me back to 2, and I was like, man, I really wish we would have had like dry forms in it, but I do like the transformations. Like I said, I guess the next thing we'll talk about is mini games. Was everybody's favorite? No. Let's do Gummy Ship, then let's do mini games. What are everybody's thoughts about the Gummy Ships? Personally, I'll start off. It's a love-hate thing with the Gummy Ships. I love the idea. It's always a
love-hate thing with Gummy Ships. What are you talking about?
Well, I think it was more so a love-hate thing in this one because it felt like it was trying to be something new but something old at the same time. When you would go into a fight, you would get the classic, you know, Gummy Ship kind of style of fight, but outside of it, they'd try to give you like this explorative, you know, open world map that you can go around and discover new things and different things like that. I just wish they would have stuck to one idea and one idea versus trying to meld the two together. I am never really a big fan of the Gummy Ship, just because I wish we could just do. I get the point behind it, but I would much rather just warp from world to world. I mean, we have that ability. Can we just do that? Can we just warp to world, please? Pretty please.
So you must really, really, really love BBS. There is no Gummy Ship.
Yeah, I do. I do actually. I do actually. I didn't really explore too much of it because, like I said, it's not something that I fool around too much with. I did. This is actually the first one where I actually went in and started customizing Gummy Ships, just because it felt like I kind of needed to. Once you hit a certain point, considering how you couldn't actually avoid most encounters, or you couldn't go into most worlds without having some kind of final encounter, which is kind of how like the previous games were. But yeah, so I tinkered around a little bit with diving into the building the Gummy Ship. I thought it was a little more straightforward than the previous ones, probably because I actually tried it in this one, if that makes sense. What are you guys' thoughts? Gummy Ships.
Okay, I'll give my 2 cents real fast because I know he's got like a lot.
Go ahead.
I liked the open world aspect. Surprised me. I was like, oh, cool. I guess you could fly there. You know, that kind of thing. I thought that was cool.
Yep.
Gummy combat has just been gummy combat. Like, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So like, I didn't really mind it. For me, it was kind of it's Gummy Ships. Okay. Like that was kind of just it. Like I didn't really have like a huge opinion on it. It's kind of just like, you know, you love hate, like you said. Like, because there were some of the bosses that just blew me up, and I was like, you're gonna frick this place. But besides that, yeah, that's my 2 thoughts. All right, go ahead, because I know you got a lot.
Oh, man. Yes,
here we go.
All right. So, I pretty much love the whole entire thing, but like I've told people before, I'm really ADD when it comes to content. Like, if I have something that's in front of me that I can do, I want to complete it before I move on to the next thing. It's just how I've always been. So the thing was, and I even did it on my level 1 playthrough. I did it off stream, though. I actually maxed out level 99 my ship in the very first zone.
Wow.
Dang.
Because there is a boss, like when you're going to Toy Story, there's that boss that you have to actually fight. Well, you can repeat it over and over again, and it gives you the same XP, and the XP for the ship is like static XP. So that no matter if you're level 40 or you're level 90 or 98, it's the same XP to actually get up. So I just farmed that guy, got to level 99, and then I built my ship and maxed it. Building ships in this one was super OP. Like I made my ship, like I did the 200 speed to get to the the secret bosses.
Yeah.
I had the offense. My power was really low because power just didn't seem like it really did anything,
much,
honestly. But yeah, I built it with a moderate amount of HP, really really good offense, and then 200 speed, and I just face rolled everything. It was really funny. My very, very first one, I legitimately built a happy face out for my Gummy Ship. So that's what I was doing. I had a freaking happy face, and I was going through. And then I made fun with my level 1 playthrough, and I ended up making behind, like it was a dog sitting on a platform, and then all of the guns in front of it, so it looked like the dog was actually shooting all the guns and stuff like that. So that one was pretty cool. But it was pretty nice. Like I enjoyed it altogether. I mean, to me it was really easy. The only hard parts were the 2 mini bosses, and even then, the mini bosses were just one of those battle of attrition kind of things.
Yeah.
The Zeitgeist guy, it was really dumb. Like the way that you had to do it is all of his like little disc shields that he had, you had to kill those over and over again until you got an A, and then you could kill the boss. Like there wasn't a point where you were actually able to just face roll the boss and then get the A. Like you had to like kind of wait it out to get the A. But if you waited it out too long, then you would get no score and then you were screwed.
Yeah.
So you still had to have enough like damage to be able to kill his shields fast enough to get the extra the extra score. And there was a perk in there where like if you started off the battle until you got hit, you got like double score. So you had to utilize that against him and the mega weapon that they had as well. Because you couldn't just face roll it. There was no way that you could legitimately do that unless you got and get an A. Yeah. Unless you got the golden high win. But for me, the problem with it is I couldn't figure out where the freaking maps were for the Golden Highwind, so I could never build one. Yes. So I just had to have my own ship and do it that way. But except for those 2 bosses, legitimately the whole entire thing was just super face roll to me. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that was just intended, or I mean, the whole game was face roll, but whatever.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah, pretty much. I mean, Actually, I'd like to think that was it the Frozen one? Whichever one was the Frozen Fortress, whichever world was right before that boss, I actually really enjoyed that fight. Even though it was a gummy ship fight. I really enjoyed that one. For whatever reason, it was just a lot of fun. It felt like a lot of fun to me. Just because I liked how intricate it was.
The Omega one was super, super fun. What's up?
Which one? Wait, Omega? Actually, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, Omega 1 is the very, very last boss that you actually have to fight for the gummy ship. Like, you have to do... Like, in the last zone, there are different battles that you have to do. Like, there's a couple of ones up top, a couple ones on bottom, to the left and to the right. You have to do them in, like, a certain order. And then once you complete all those, then it spawns the Omega boss. Yeah.
Cool.
So okay. Go back and do that.
It was a fun fight. It's easy to beat as far as just beating it, but it's super hard to get an A. So, and you need the A to get the final Auriculum Plus to make your, the Auriculum.
Auricalcos card?
Yeah, the Auricalcos card. Because, you had to get that. You had to beat it with an A to get the plus, so you could, because you needed, I think, 7 of them to make a ultimate weapon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
I had it in my head. Mini games. That's where we were going next. So in this one we had the cooking mini game.
Those things.
We had the cooking one. We had the 100 Acre Woods ones, which we've kind of touched on already. We had the dancing one, which is probably my personal favorite. I had the most fun with the dancing Entangled. There's a couple other ones. Here, hold on. I can pull them up real fast.
You had the flan ones that you had to do.
Yep, the flans for all the different Heartless throughout the different worlds or whatever. I guess that's what I kind of wanted to touch on was like what was everybody's, if you liked the mini games, which one was your favorite? If you didn't like them, which one did you hate the most?
I think you also had the classic games too.
See, I didn't do any of the classic ones, so I have no idea how this played.
All of them.
Yeah, you have to. Need it for the plat, right? Yeah.
You have to for the plat. Someone else can go ahead because I got a long spiel on this one. So.
Go ahead, Kev.
Oh, I mean, okay. For mini games, not gonna lie, the Frozen one was pretty hype, so I really liked that one. Not Frozen, I mean Tangled. The
Tangle one? Yeah, that Tangle dancing one, bro. Fun. That shit is fucking awesome. I spent so long doing that one for no reason whatsoever. Once I finally had completed it or whatever, I continued dancing just to dance. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. The ones I did not like.
Sora's footwork though.
Yeah, Sora's footwork, right? His twirls and throwing people up in the air and stuff like that. I will say I did not like the Toy Story stuff. The Toy Story, the mini games at all, like jumping into the robots. That is probably one of my least favorite things, aside from Pirates. That's probably one of my least favorite things about this game is the robots in Toy Story. Just because I just hate first person shooters. For as much as I play them, I hate them a lot. And for you to take one of my favorite games and turn it into a first person shooter, I was so upset. I was very upset. So I tried my best.
VRM Rex.
Oh, the VRM Rex. Yeah, the VRM Rex fight was fun. It was fun, but still too much robots. Still too much robots. Too many Gundams. I wasn't trying to play Gundam. I was trying to play Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Heart Gundam Edition.
Exactly. Dynasty Warriors Kingdom Hearts.
No more on too much drugs.
Go ahead. What's your mini games?
Who?
You, Chris, sir.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
All right. So, all the flans were annoying. We'll just say that for right now.
Are all the lucky bosses usually annoying? Like the lucky heartless?
The flan things, it was like, okay, so for Coliseum, it was like the slide thing.
Yep.
I know for Tangled, it was the pictures, which that one was the easiest one. Mm-hmm. Basically, you just had to take a picture of them like doing like a pose, and if you did it correctly, you would get an excellent. That one was pretty easy. The Frozen one was you had to like
that was a slide.
You had to like kill a bunch of them, and they all casted like Blizzard on you or something like that. Yep. So that was like super annoying. The one for Toy Story was super easy. But I mean, overall, like they were just like more annoying and in the way than
anything,
like,
right?
It was just it reminded me a lot of the stupid beat game in BBS where you had to do the Frozen Fortune kind of deal. Like it was just more annoying than hard, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But as far as other mini games go, the Tangled one was super fun. But the only thing that irritated me is like I would be in a groove and then it would just like randomly take the three circles in like the most ridiculous spot, and like even to the point where like one would always get like under a cart or something and I couldn't get to it. It was just like I just had the worst luck with it ever. So I don't know. VRM Rex was probably my favorite, but it was also my most ragey one because getting the 15 million platinum one or the trophy
for the
was annoying because basically what you had to do is you had to keep up a combo. And you had to basically keep up your combo the whole entire way until you got to the final boss. And then once the final boss happened, then you could drop your combo, you'd kill him, make sure, to kill him as quick as possible and all that. But that one was a tricky one. It was really tricky. But I would have to say probably my favorite is the two mini games that you get in Big Hero 6. That one was super fun.
Uh-oh, we lost something. Hold on. Oh, there it is. There we are.
Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still here. You're still there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still here.
Did you hear about the Big Hero 6 one when I was talking, or did I get cut off? Okay.
No, I'm here.
So yeah, the Big Hero 6 one was probably my favorite. Yeah, that was super fun. I loved running through like all the little course things. It was really, really good.
I did like touching back on the world of Big Hero 6. I did like the fact that it actually ties into the movie, and that they actually I forgot where I heard it at, but it actually is considered like canon for Big Hero 6. I thought that was a pretty cool touch. I thought that was pretty neat.
Oh, it's pretty good. I would probably have to say my least favorite one is the cooking. Just the egg one. Only the egg one. That's it. Having to get excellent on all the egg ones were super painful. Like I had to legitimately, and you saw it on stream when I did the platinums. What I actually did was I would save before, like with all of my mats and stuff like that, before an egg. Try a bunch of them. If I got excellent, I would save again. If I didn't, I would reset the game, come back in, and then do them again.
Hey, that's the best way to do it, you know?
Mats. That's the best way to do it. I didn't want to farm the mats for them, so I was like, forget that, man. That was dumb.
Wasting your materials if you fuck up instead of giving you a retry.
It would be stupid too, because you would be like almost there and you get like the excellent thing, and then you do it and it'd be like break or give you a good instead. I'm just like, hello, it was excellent. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
That one was frustrating for sure. Least favorite. I love cooking IRL, and that was horrible.
Horrible. Like, it wasn't. It wasn't. What you mean? It wasn't accurate at all?
No.
You mean I can't twist my joysticks and automatically cook something? What?
Nope. What? And that to me was always so funny, because it would be like, oh, you'd have to do the salt and pepper shaker, and then you'd make like filet mignon. And I'm like, how do you get that with salt and pepper shakers? Like, wait, what? So,
that's all you need to do, because that's all you need to do in order to cook. Get a pot, pour it in there, and you're good to go. There you go.
That's use salt and pepper. That's all you need.
And boom, you got a filet.
I'm just gonna try that. Just be like, invite people over for dinner and be like, I got this, guys. Salt, pepper, here you go. Instant meal.
All you gotta do is put some wine in like a pan and like set it on fire. Bam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or just chop different things.
Or just chop different things. Just throw it in a bucket. Then you'll get something. You'll get ratatouille.
Super fast.
That was the most ridiculous one for me. I didn't like it. Like most of them were pretty easy, except for the egg ones. The egg ones were just very, very. It was a patience thing, and then you were timed. So if you didn't do it in time, you'd run out of time. You'd lose the mats, and then you'd fail. So yeah.
The cooking one is probably I actually liked it a lot. It's definitely, like I said, it's not my favorite, but it's definitely up there just because I thought it was unique and different. It was a cool way to include a character that wasn't really in there. Right. But it's I do like I liked the chopping was the easiest.
Very easy.
Yeah, the chopping was the easiest. The salt and pepper one was probably the second easiest.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, and then there was I forgot which one it was for the
flambe.
Yeah, the flambe. That one was kind of annoying. And then, like you said, the egg one was probably the hardest one that was there. Just because it was a matter of getting it just right. Pulling your joysticks just right just to get that excellent or whatever. I didn't cook as much as I should have probably. It was a weird, like as cool as it was also a very weird mechanic that I just wasn't used to. It
wasn't really needed for regular playthrough. It was definitely needed for level 1.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure.
For regular playthrough. Yeah, you need the stats for level 1 for sure.
I mean, admittedly, I did go into the Keyblade graveyard with like a 5-course meal.
I went up in that bitch full.
I'm ready. I ate.
I'm full. Let's go. All right.
I mean, I did too, but I just bought the items in the store and then just used them. So
or ate them in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I just had one in my head, like where I wanted to go next. Screw it. I just want to go plot. Let's do plot now. Let's go full on into the plot.
We last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just do it. What did everybody think about Sora spending the entire game trying to get the power of waking, and in the end, are we even sure that he got the power of waking?
I think he did.
Like that was like one thing that was like it was super questionable to me. Like it didn't look like he got it, but I'm pretty sure he did get it because he was able to get out of the.
He did because he had to go after Kairi, and they're like, "Dude, don't use it like this." He's like, "Haha, I'm Sora," and he just does it.
And then
you have to realize that he did use it on Roxas, so you know that he has it.
Yeah.
Oh right, you're right. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, because that's the only way Roxas would have been able to come back. And
Ventus.
It just didn't feel like I mean, but I guess Kingdom Hearts stories really haven't always all been there surface level. I think my biggest problem with the plot is that we don't really get much of it until the very end. And I guess I know for me personally, the end is my favorite part. Like it's everything that I want. Like the end is why I grade the game so high. Is because it was very fan servicey. 2, the set pieces and the action sequences were amazing. And 3, the soundtrack, my God, like,
buddy,
beautiful.
Let me tell you what I've been listening to for like 2 days straight. Like the 3 Xehanorts, like their boss theme, is just amazing.
It was just really cool. I liked how they split everything up. I like how you were able to eventually bring everybody back together. Not even before, like that's kind of getting ahead of ourselves, I guess. Let's talk about the Aqua comeback. Like the Aqua comeback, I didn't forget about Aqua. Like I knew Aqua was coming back, obviously, and I knew Aqua was going to be there. But like for her to show up and be all dressed out in the dark garb and everything, and ready to beat the shit out of Riku, I was like,
that fight
was
fun as hell.
Oh my God, we needed more Riku. I needed more Riku gameplay.
That's what I said before. Like, I really wish that they would do it like almost like a BBS or something like that, where you got to play multiple characters, because just playing one character is, I don't know, it's not really boring, but it's like overdone. And like with Kingdom Hearts doing it with BBS, like why not just continue it?
To be honest, that's not the only game they did it with, because if you finish Chain of Memories, you got to do replica Riku's entire story as well. True. So they've done it in multiple games before. I don't know why it's not a consistent thing. Plot.
But I did touch on that. They might just do that with the DLCs, though. Like, if they did it with 15 and they did it like that, I kind of think that that's the direction that they're going to do with Kingdom Hearts.
But that's really not
like episodes.
I don't know. I think I really don't. I don't like that idea. As a kind of like side note. I mean, I liked God of War so much last year because God of War to me was a complete game start to finish. There was no need for any extra DLC. There's no need for any like. There's just no need for extra shit outside of the game. Everything that when you bought that game, you got everything that you needed, and that's what previous Kingdom Hearts games have always been, with the exception of like the Final Mix stuff. Because the Final Mixes have added a couple extra story beats that you would need in order to really like fully understand the story. But it doesn't feel like it definitely does not feel like everything is there. And that's, I don't know, I guess it's to the game's detriment, and it's very sad.
Well, to be fair, they've done it with every Kingdom Hearts anyway, because they like it. I don't think I've ever played Kingdom Hearts right off the rip, like beginning, where I was like, oh man, this is definitely polished and completely 100% done. And then, when they came out with the final mix of it, or, additions to it, then that's when I felt like, okay, well, now I can actually grade this correctly. Because BBS being like my favorite Kingdom Hearts, like BBS sucked when it first came out. I did not like it whatsoever. And then they came out with the final mix, and I was like, wow, like this is amazing. Like I love it now. So, but to me, it seems like that's something that I expect out of the Kingdom Hearts. Like, I don't expect it to be 100% done when it first comes out. I expect additional content to come out later.
I guess I expected more. We talked about this in I think that was like the second Geek and Critique or whatever. We talked about when is it a good time to, like, after a certain period of time, when is it a good time to can a game? And I've lost my train of thought. I was in the middle of a thought and I just lost it. Shit. It's gone. It's there. It's out there in the atmosphere. It's gone. It's gone. Anyway, that's a different note for a different day, I guess. For plot, I really don't have like a set like layout for how I want to do it. What were everybody's favorite moments? Least favorite moments? Same thing. Same thing we've always been doing throughout this whole thing.
Well, first thing is we all know that this is technically the end of this part of Kingdom Hearts era,
yep.
right?
Yep. Okay. It's the end of the Xehanort saga.
basically, when it comes to if they even do Kingdom Hearts 4, they call it something different or anything like that. It's basically because of how they basically brought it back to the beginning. Now we're going to kind of find out more about, not really Zigbar, but Lushu.
Yeah, Lushu. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And more about the Master of Masters. Because if you looked at the secret ending, and how it was, that world was help me with the title again.
World Ends with You.
Yeah. So with that being that world, because everybody's like, oh, they're in real world, they're in real life. It's not that. It's that world. And you had the Virum Rex character in it. They have the Virum Rex character in there.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And how Nomura is actually doing everything and all the statements that he's had, he's basically breaking out to. He wants it to be Square Enix worlds and not Disney
worlds. Yeah.
Final Fantasy is its own thing. It is part of Square Enix, sure, but Final Fantasy is its own thing. They could technically bring Dragon Quest into it as well because that's a Square Enix. But he wants it to be completely different from those things. He wants it. It's his baby. He wants it to be
his own thing. Yeah,
his own thing. Final Fantasy has its own thing. Dragon Quest has its own thing. Disney has its own thing. Why have that? So I think what he's trying to do now is kind of push it into being a standalone thing and doing that. And with the secret movie, like I've said before, I'm pretty sure the guy is Master of Masters for sure. I honestly think that say the ending, I don't you see Sora disappear. And then Kairi is still there, right?
Yeah.
But if you keep on watching, the next time that you see that scene, it's actually switched, and Sora's there, and Kairi
disappeared.
So the thing is, I think what they're trying to do is kind of do a foreshadowing kind of thing. I think what may end up happening is Sora may have to go beyond his means and kind of give up what he is, and maybe he will no longer be part of a Kingdom Hearts thing after he saves Kairi.
Yeah.
And then it'll maybe move into Kairi and what she's going to be doing for the rest of whatever happens.
Whatever she's doing.
I mean, as far as it goes, when you see that scene and it's Riku and you see Sora in that scene,
yeah,
they're in that world, and I think what's going on, in my opinion, is that he's taking the Mark of Mastery again.
Sora is, yes.
Yeah. So he's taking, after he finally got the power of awakening.
Yeah.
That was what he needed to do to be able to take that Mark of Mastery again. So I think that's what we're moving into, and honestly, I think we actually won't get a game out of it. I think the DLCs will be things that lead up to or maybe even be including the Mark of Mastery. So yeah, at least that's my thought. So
that's good. That's a good theory. A very in-depth theory. Something that I didn't think of. I'm trying to think of my next question.
It was the favorite part of the plot.
Favorite parts of the ending portion or whatever. Unless you had other parts throughout the actual game that you enjoyed.
Well, the thing is, I kind of agreed with you, Mike, on the game. To me, I feel like everything up to the Keyblade Graveyard was just filler. It was almost like watching filler. That was it. Because of the way that the worlds were, it wasn't anything that was detrimental to the story.
Yeah.
Because all they were doing is promoting, hey, this is what this is. Maybe you should go watch this movie. I mean, it pulled me in for Big Hero 6. So, they got
to win there,
So, I think that's really what it was. It just felt like a promotional thing for Disney, and maybe the reasoning why that was is because this is the last part of Disney
of their Disney
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
it's so that is last hurrah.
Yeah. So for me, it just felt like just for me, it felt like Kingdom or Keyblade Graveyard was where the game started.
I 100% no. That's I 100% agree because that's for me. That's where because that's where I cared the most about. Even watching the trailers, watching the trailers, learning about what worlds were going to be in the game. They were worlds that I was interested in. Like I said, Big Hero 6 was one that I was really trying to get to. I liked the not 100 Acre World, Olympus. I liked how the layout for Olympus was or whatever. Tangled ended up being a lot more fun than what I was expecting, but I didn't really care about those worlds. I cared about them in the same way that I cared about them in, I'll say number 2, probably 2.
Well, I cared about them the same way that I cared about watching the movie. Like that was it. Like it was cool to see the first time, and that's it.
And that's about it. I mean, because honestly, for me, the only time the worlds have served any purpose, like as far as like them being Disney worlds, it was Kingdom Hearts 1. And the only reason why they served a purpose on 1 is because Sora was looking for Riku and Kairi. And he had this ability to jump from world to world, so it made sense for him to be able to jump from world to world. Whereas in a game like this, it's no longer about him jumping from world to world. It is about him, I guess, getting his, like we said, him spending most of the game trying to get this power of awakening. I just feel like it could have been something. They could have done something else with it. Like there could have been a different way for him to get.
The first half is how Sora got his groove back.
Yeah. Which is sad because like all the stuff that I cared about, I had to push through all that nonsense.
Yeah,
but I think that's
3. Go ahead. It's definitely sorry to cut you off, but it's definitely it's definitely a game of we know why you're here.
But look
at
all this
why
stuff.
You're here. Yeah, basically.
Like I said, it was just filler, and I think that's why a lot of people kind of almost felt robbed for Kingdom Hearts 3 as far as story went. Yeah. Because a lot of the other ones, there was story building up even to that part, and honestly, there was more story in just Keyblade Graveyard alone than the whole entire rest of the game.
Yeah.
So that's that's the problem with that. I mean, it gave us a ton of stuff and a ton of things to to kind of think about and kind of process. But at the same time, it was just like that was the bulk of the story was starting at Keyblade Graveyard. I mean, you got the little stuff with Aqua and stuff like that prior. But when you came to Keyblade Graveyard, that was just the meat and potatoes of the story.
Yeah, that was the entire story that you wanted. Yeah. Did you guys like the idea of them reusing the organization members? Or do you feel like it was a wasted opportunity? In the sense that, not a wasted opportunity, I guess. I guess waste of time. Because in 2, we go through most of the, well, not even most of these. We really go through a core of Organization 13. And then for them to just, I felt like it was really weird and random for them all to just be back.
To me, I felt like it was needed because it was the closing of the, Xehanort saga. It kind of showed people how much they didn't really care about doing what Xehanort was doing. They were just there for the ride and to figure out what to actually do. Except it was just something extra for them to do. And then I think it was more of a trying to, take off the scent of what was going to happen for the additional ending and who Xigbar actually was. Because
first of all, Xigbar, can we just say that surprised anybody? Not the end with the Lao Shu thing, but Xigbar dying.
No, I mean I knew he didn't die, so it was kind of almost like there was just no way that he was dying kind of deal. Yeah. And like throughout Xigbar just period as a character, I knew that there was something going on for him to be an organization member and using the weapons that he was using. It seemed out of place and odd. Now for the longest time, for me, and playing the story and researching every part of the story possible, I actually thought that he was the Master of Masters, and I still do
kind of think that he is.
Yeah, I still think the Lushu cover is just that, a cover.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's actually him. I think he's going to play off like that's him because he doesn't want anybody to know that he's technically the Master of Masters. I could be wrong, but yeah,
who knows?
That's for me. I knew that he was important, so it didn't really surprise me that he was Lushu.
Yeah,
but it did surprise me that he actually wasn't the Master of Masters and he was Lushu instead. So that was the kind of thing that kind of threw me through, was that he was actually Lushu instead of
Master of Masters.
Yeah. Like for me, not gonna lie, when he was doing a dramatic off the cliff thing, I was like, bye, big bar, and I was just gonna move on.
Didn't really give it a second thought.
Not really. I was like, bye. I was moving on. But
I want to get through the game. I don't care if you die.
Bigger fish to fry.
I killed you once. Yeah.
Why are you back?
Did I kill you? No, but when it got to the secret, I'll say for me personally, when it got to the secret ending, and I was like, the foretellers, what the heck? And then it showed Zigbar. I actually did jaw drop. I was like, whoa, what? that threw me for a loop. I was like, I really didn't expect.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to be working with to be working with the other guys. I don't know what I expected. I just didn't think that he was, Gonzo.
Yeah.
It felt too hand-fit. It felt like he was trying a little too hard to prove to us that he was dead.
Oh no! Goodbye, Sora.
And the way his weapons, disappeared. Looking at how everybody else's items and things disappear. It didn't look right. It didn't look right.
Yeah. Kind of like he was acting, right?
Yeah, that's what it felt like. That's exactly what it felt like. I will say, I know I kind of talked about how I didn't really like the idea that the organization members are back. There was, I not to backtrack it, I do like the aspects of how they brought them in, as far as with that final fight sequence or whatever. I liked their kind of not bonding with Sora, but I guess they were technically kind of bonding with Sora. Trying to not become buddy with them, but I was only doing this because of X, Y, and Z. I did kind of like that humanization of those characters, because for the most part, a lot of them were kind of one note in, hey, we're here because we're bad guys.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think they're going to be in future games as well. So
no, Larxene is not allowed to be in a future game.
She's coming back.
She's actually kind of important to the story.
No. Lulu can come back. Lulu can come back. Larxene can't come back. Lulu can come back, but
Larxene's actually kind of important.
No. Yeah. She needs to die.
I know you hate her.
She needs to die, and she needs to stay dead. Okay? I'm tired of beating her over the head with my keys. Okay? I'm tired of it. I just need her to stay in the ground.
We won't be battling her.
I don't care. I don't want her to be my partner. I don't want her to be like Lee. I don't want her to be anything like that. Okay?
Just give her a chance, okay?
No.
Just give her a chance.
Nope. I've given her all the chances I possibly can.
What was
actually great once you get to know her.
What was the group that Ava created? I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah. So yes. She's one of them. Mm-mm. Yeah. Dandelions are going to be kind of a huge part. For going forward.
You see, the more knew you hated her so much, he made her so important to the plot.
He knew. He just did this for you, Mike. He's just
exactly what it was.
I'm just going to keep on bringing her back just for money. Just for money.
We know how much Mike loves her, so let's just keep bringing her back. Let's just keep doing it. So yeah, I don't think we ever really touched on people's favorite moments. I guess my favorite moment, one of my favorite moments, is probably Roxas's comeback.
You mean Roxas came back and murdered a man?
Yeah, I think Roxas's entrance is the most badass entrance in the game. Cause it's funny because you know it's happening, you know it's coming, You know it's gonna. You know that flash of light is gonna be him, and he's going to show up. He's gonna beat ass, and then that's gonna be that. And that's what happened. And I was like, let's fucking go, baby. Let's do this. Let's fucking do this.
Can we say the most disappointing moment of the whole entire game is you not being able to get to play him?
Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. I just wanted to wield Oblivion Oathkeeper one more time.
I think that's everybody's most disappointing part. It was like, yes, we get Roxas back. Wait, we can't play him? What?
I thought it was going to be like, Sora, I got this one. And, like, you fight him with, like, Shion and Axel. But no, it was just, I was like, come on.
Especially with as much of, like, as much as they were, like, not hyping him up, but as much as they were talking about him through the entirety of the game. Because him and Ventus were, like, the two key components, in that game or in this game. And for us to not be able to play as Roxas was very disappointing. It was very sad.
I did make a mistake when I said it earlier when we were talking about the Power Awakening. It was not Roxas, it was Ventus. My bad. I would like to correct myself.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, that was another thing that I thought was really sweet was the fact that all the different I guess I'm late to the party. All the towers inside of Sora's heart, essentially, I guess were the hearts of everybody else. I thought that shit was so... When I realized that, I was like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. This is so fucking cool. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really neat.
Noticing this. That's terrible.
Yeah, it is, but it is what it is. We call it what we is.
But you noticed it. That's all that matters, right?
Exactly, right? I knew it was there.
Actually, piggybacking off the Roxas thing, when I did that part, not gonna lie, like, I didn't know that if you just leave Roxas alone, he just murders him,
that's what I did
wholesale. But like I was like so involved in the fight, and like between me and Roxas, like Shion basically was kind of catching up with us, so we were just like comboing him so hard he didn't have a chance to breathe.
Yeah, that's what I did in the level 1 playthrough. I just let Roxas beat the crap out of everybody.
Just beat the hell out of everybody, Roxas. You got it.
You got it, bro. Everywhere. You got it. You said you got this one
with a limit break. I'm like, dang.
All right.
Yeah, I think. So there's the Roxas moment for me. I think the next one is the fighting the Quarter 13. I thought that fight was pretty sweet. Because I honestly wasn't expecting to have to fight. I knew I spoiled some of it for myself, and I knew that we were gonna have to fight the organization members, but I didn't think we were gonna have to fight them the way that we fought them. I thought we were gonna have to fight them all at once. So I was waiting for the moment where we were having to fight literally everybody all at once, not 13 different versions of a Xehanort or whatever, the way that they did it. So that fight was really sweet. I really enjoyed just the entire final boss sequence, starting from I'm trying to remember how it goes. Starting from when you're fighting Xemnas and Ansem, then it goes, to the Xehanort stuff, and then, so on and so forth. All that was just fucking amazing. It was just amazing.
It's perfect. Yeah.
It was just amazing. What are you guys' thoughts, opinions, ideas?
My favorite part was getting Aqua back. That was my favorite part.
That was a good part.
That was real good.
So, good. I mean, and then, just awakening Ventus, and then getting Terra back, like that part with Terra coming back, like that was amazing. Like him actually being the demon, like so that was
the demon on the back. You're right. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot about that.
God.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, because like I said, BBS is my favorite. So getting that trio back together and having them all back is just amazing. And like that is one of the reasons why I liked Kingdom Hearts 3 so much, is they brought it back to the beginning. They brought it back to back cover, Union Cross, and BBS, like the three beginning
core Kingdom Hearts things.
They're just looping it back around, and it's perfect because now it's looped back to the beginning for Nomura to actually do his
what he wants to do with them.
Yeah. So I think that was a perfect. I liked the ending as far as that goes. I thought it was perfect because now it's completely opened up for him to do no wrong. Like he can now move
his
forward,
story, yeah.
do what, and he can do what he can do. So, and I have all the faith in the world of that guy is going to make Kingdom Hearts really, really well. It's always been. But I mean, that's the whole thing. A lot of people were disappointed. Some people were disappointed about the end. People kind of bitched and complained about how it ended, and I thought it was perfect ending.
Yeah, I don't.
Where it was supposed to go to.
I don't know what you can complain about with the ending because, like I said, for me, the ending really is like Kingdom Hearts 3. The rest of it, as we discussed before, really is just it is what it is. It is what it is.
It kind of like just wrapped it in, a present, tied the bow, and we're done with this. Now we move on to what we're
here for. Yeah, what we're here for. Kev, what about you?
Oh man. Okay, so my favorite moment is what I've been calling the Nort Court, in which you fight the three. That whole boss fight was just the music and everything because it felt so like real. Epic. I was like, oh, this is it. This is like you three, like or where like a lot of this, yeah, and like so like and I defeated him in this order: young Xehanort, Xemnas, and I beat Ansem last because he started everything.
Yeah, that's a fun order. I think I say
order. I just killed whatever came at me. That's what.
Whatever was there first is what got the hands. So whatever came at me, I
was like, whenever it's in the range of my Wheel of Fate, you're gonna die.
Yeah, I really. But I know I said it before, and I'll say it again. I liked how they broke up that entire that.
Am I back?
Oh, were you gone?
I think I did. Yeah, my thing dropped.
Oh, where'd you stop? Where'd you realize you got disconnected at?
I was talking about the Nort Court, I think.
Yeah, you talked about your order, and that was the last thing that we.
Yeah, that's the last thing we heard.
Okay, so you got the order. Okay.
Now you're a robot.
Yeah, we're losing. Yeah, we're losing you again.
Oh no! Hold on.
Wait, there you are. It sounds like it. Keep talking.
Am I all good?
Yeah, you're good. Power of editing.
Cool. Awesome. Continuing conversation that never drops. The Nort Court. Like I said, like that just like you said, that part just felt so like this is it. Like and I took out young Xehanort first, but but all their final words, like I love how Xemnas and Ansem. I'll get to Ansem in a second, but Xemnas and Ansem had like this really deep meaning. And young Xehanort was just raging. He was like, well, you know what? You're not going to live anyway.
It's that teen angst.
Yeah, a lot of that.
I will say I didn't like how I didn't like the how they like cut in the middle of all of it. Like I wish they would have.
I don't think the fight would have stopped. Like
yeah, because like once you beat them one by one, the fight it looks like the fight completely stops. So from an editing perspective, I guess that was kind of strange and kind of weird. But I didn't.
Shout out to the card guy. I can't remember his name. Luxford,
something like that.
Yeah, something like that, or Luxord. But I still remember that fight and just being like, "How in the hell do you beat this fight?" And then randomly finding out that he is actually on the back of a card, and that's how you find out which card.
Yeah, no, I never realized that at all. I just kept swinging the card. I just kept swinging at cards.
That's what I was doing. I was just swinging at cards. I was like, well, maybe it's just luck of the draw. You have to guess, right? But then. I can't remember what position I was in or something like that, but my camera had moved in a different way. Yeah. And then I saw him on the back of a card and I was like, wait a second, hit it, and then that was it. I was like, okay, now this fight's super easy. Because I like, if anybody knows me, everybody knows that I RNG and me do not get along. We're divorced. No. It's over.
We're divorced.
I can't. We just we're done.
The failed marriage.
Yeah, it's very fail. So I mean, with that, when I was like, oh, is this RNG? Oh God, I'm in trouble. But then, I actually figured out how to do it. So
camera flip.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had one more, and then I'll let you continue.
Oh,
my other favorite moment. Sorry. My other favorite moment actually was Ansem when he died. Like what he said to Sora and Riku, like basically about seeking all that kind of stuff. Like that felt like, I don't know, that like really hit me for some reason. I was like, oh man, you're gone for real this time. Like, I'm gonna kind of miss you. Like, I started with you, man.
This is where this all begins.
Yeah, like it was like.
Me, I was like, man. Hell yeah, you're gone. Finally, let's get something new now, please. Thanks.
Pretty much.
It's like, I'm tired of fighting you, dude. Like, I fought you on like every single difficulty, including level 1. Like, I'm ready to move on with something.
We fought you too many times.
But yeah, those are my 2 favorite moments. But you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, that was kind of it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I really didn't have, like I said, I didn't have a full schedule planned out for it. I figured we just get on and geek out about Kingdom Hearts like we usually do. Just do it all together.
The only other thing I really wanted to say is in that whole entire thing, they talk about a girl.
During the crystal place.
When you do the little battle gates, they give you little secret reports that kind of give you like information and whatnot about that. Now, for anybody that's actually saw like Union Cross, you know how the Keyblade War actually started. It was Ava comes up to Lucio. She's like, "Who's the traitor?" Lucio whispers in her ear who the traitor actually is. She flips out and basically starts the war. Like, that's how it starts. Now, after that's all done, you have no idea what happens to Ava. You don't even know really what happens to Lucio either.
Yeah.
Until we find out that, Xigbar is Lucio. Now, the missing girl, in my opinion, I think Lucio won. Like, Lucio is just ridiculous. I mean, he's the apprentice of the Master of Masters. So, dude's probably super powerful, right? And why I think it was super funny that he was doing what he was doing as Xigbar, because when they made that comment to trying to say that he wasn't worthy of a Keyblade, I'm thinking in my head, if this dude had a freaking Keyblade, he would just wipe the
unstoppable
floor with you.
Yeah,
like he would be unstoppable. But that's no fun for him because that's not what he's supposed to do.
Yeah,
it's not what he was directed to for the Master of Masters. Like, the actual story of what he needs to be doing is still up in the air and we don't know. But I don't think that he killed Ava. I think what ended up happening was he may have like struck her or did something, and she either became unconscious and maybe she just has a slight. Well, I think what happened was she lost her memories, like basically kind of unconscious, and she has no idea who she is.
She is.
And I think that the person that was kept, that Axel and
Lee, or Axel and
Axel and Issa, right? That's his actual name.
That's his actual name is Issa, yeah.
Yeah, Lee, so it's Issa and Lee. Yeah. So I think who they were looking at was Ava. And I think when Ava actually escaped, I think she's kind of in hiding, trying to figure out what's going on. Because a lot of people were trying to say that it was Naminé that was the missing girl. And I don't think that that's true. So, because if you look at other prior stories and stuff of how Naminé was actually created and how everything was going, she doesn't fit the bill for, like, who this mysterious girl is.
Yeah.
So, and Ava's still at large. Like, there's
so then how does age work in this world then? Because if that's the case, like, Lee and Issa would have to be old as shit.
Now, the thing about that is because of the way that, like, the nobodies and everything work, it almost resets them. as far as age goes.
Okay.
It's not really completely like told on how that works, but that's how that goes. There's 2 ways to like nullify the age thing, and it's for the nobody thing, and basically to do what Xigbar is doing with Lushu, and he's taking over other bodies, kind of like what Xehanort's doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the other way to actually do it. Now we have no idea what is really going on with Ava and what that whole story presents, because that's a whole nother can of worms right there. Like there's something that's going on because Xigbar or Lushu knows that she's still alive.
Yeah, he would have to.
He expected her to be there. If you saw that cutscene, he's like, "Where's Ava? Like she should have been here." Or he said something about like, "Oh,
yeah," in the final.
Maybe something didn't happen, and to me, I think that something that didn't happen was she hasn't gotten her memories back to know that she was supposed to meet there with the rest of them and Lucian.
Well, is that who? That's because wasn't there somebody in the I forgot the name of the spirit crystal place? When you're trying to collect when you're trying to collect Sora's pieces or whatever.
That is actually Ava's Chirithy.
That is okay.
And it's given to Roxas and the guy that helps you. What the hell is his name? The guy that helps you at the Keyblade Graveyard when you actually come back and you're riding the Keyblades and you spam that button.
Oh shit, that part was so sweet too with all the different.
That part was cool, but I can't remember his name. But that guy was given control of the Dandelions after Ava departed to
Scold,
quote unquote start.
Right?
Scold? That's
what's his name? Never mind.
Ephemere, that's his name.
Scold is someone else.
Yeah. So Ephemere was the one that actually did it, and I think what ended up happening was, I think that Chirithy was given to Ephemere and Roxas after her leaving to do, trying to talk to Lushu about everything that was going on. So her story is kind of like still up in the air of what really happened. Same thing with the Dandelions. You don't really know what happens 100% with the Dandelions either. So there's still more to that story because Roxas is part of the Dandelions. You have Ephemere.
Wait, I think you mean Ven, right?
Yeah.
Not Roxas, Ven. Yeah.
Yeah, not Roxas. You have Ven. You have Ven. You have Lee and Issa. Lee and Issa in Birth by Sleep. There's a moment where you see Ven actually battling Lee. Yeah. And they're actually all part of the Dandelions as well. I want to say the Scythe guy is it Marluxia? Yeah, he is part of the Dandelions as well.
There's Lulu with a Keyblade. That'd be fucking dope.
And and there's one more. So there's 5. I think there's 5 main Dandelions out
still alive.
And they're still alive. So that whole thing is like, because if you go back to back cover, you know that Ava's like quest, her like duty was to make the Dandelions and progress that, but we don't know
all of that.
We don't know all of that. So there's still that story to be created. We still need to know what's in the freaking box.
Yeah, the box that they've been looking for.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
I don't know if we really want to know what's in the box, but
it's just Zach.
Just Zach.
Yeah, it's just Zach. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Where's Cloud?
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of.
There's still a lot of story to be told in this great.
There's so much story left.
So I guess closing thoughts. Anybody have anything else that they want to add, or?
All right, I got a closing thought for you.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is just one thing that made me laugh. Watching the credits was just you watching everyone like, oh, and they went on to do this, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
My man Riku took the gummy ship and just went to go pick up Namine and was out.
Yeah, go pick up his boo thing, man.
That was it, man. That was it. He was just like,
he said, "Look,"
here, and it was gone.
He said, "Look, I can't get Kyrie. I'm gonna get the next best thing."
Right?
Yeah, in my opinion, Nominate is better. So.
Hey, exactly.
Hey.
I really didn't like Kyrie's haircut in this one, personally. I like her hair too.
Long. I think it went fine, or like tied up or something.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't like Kyrie's costume choice, and I didn't like Riku's haircut either. I miss long hair. Riku.
Long hair Riku.
We all do.
Best Riku. Yeah.
Best boy. Yeah. Long hair Riku's best boy.
Now, the thing that I thought was kind of funny though is the freaking Axel's Keyblade, like the Frolic Flame. Like
yeah.
Like why?
Yeah,
you could have had such a better Keyblade.
Why couldn't he get the? Don't we get a Keyblade from him and beating him in 2?
Yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't that.
I don't know why that wouldn't be his Keyblade.
Well, it got broken anyway, so.
Yeah.
And they can repair it. Talking about
it. You can repair it. All right, well, I guess that'll wrap up the Kingdom Hearts 3 Spoilercast on our channel, The Regular Gaming. Guys, I want to thank Kris and Kev for both coming out and taking some time to talk about Kingdom Hearts. I know we love geeking out about it. If you guys have any thoughts, ideas, comments, leave them down below, as always. Leave a like, share, subscribe. Guys, where can everybody catch you guys at?
He can go first.
Go ahead, Kev.
You can catch me out there on the internet. You might see me. I'm an anomaly.
I'm an anomaly. He's a white cat bunny rabbit thing. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
At least it's a cat man. At least it's not. I mean, it's not as cool as the Captain Marvel cat, but
we need to talk about that movie, by the way.
Yeah, we do.
We need to talk about that movie. Chris, where can everybody find you at, bro?
Alright, so you can find me on Twitch as XIII, so 13, really, underscore Miroku. On Twitter, you can at Miroku5.
There you go.
That's about it. So.
Okay. All right. And I, of course, am Mike Nike with some variation of 0, 9, and 3 at the end of it on all social platforms, whether it's Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, you name it, I'm there. This has been The Regular Gaming, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace!
Check out our website if you missed anything. Our lead editor, Brandon, man behind the scenes, definitely worked hard on this website. And it has all your content if you missed anything. Check us out on Saturdays. We do geek and critiques, man. We be up there just shooting it.
Shooting what?
We shooting it. We shooting them topics. Them hot takes. Pow, pow, pow. We be up there talking about games and stuff. So. And check out Mitch, man. He's up here with these battle royales, really getting it. Hey, watch Mike though. He be on Twitch. Watch my boy Mike, part of Regular Gaming, guys. You gotta check him out, man. Okay, so setup's on point. So join me, man. Come through, grab a seat. We're just gonna be playing some games, man. So I'll catch you on the next one.